go back to the
Oh, excuse me, Pierre.
Okay. Last time we were looking at, we did make a color test, a group color test, and we did discover the natural symbolism of those colors. So we will go back on those colors for a very short time. This time we will not make a color test because we will use the previous color test in order to discover the symbolic of all the different colors. So let me share one screen first. If I find it, it's there. That's the one I should share. That's it. Okay. So can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So we have looked at different colors of the spectrum. We have looked at magenta, scarlet, and red. And we have also looked at complementary colors, green, turquoise, green turquoise, and blue cyan. And that was the color we did look at last time. But I want to make a certain, a little information about the color theory, because I have seen in the comment, and some people were amazed, and they say, I don't understand that. I did say in the courses that when you mix red, here is red, and if you mix it with deep blue, where here is deep blue, you come out with magenta. And there was some question about it because they didn't understand, oh, if you mix red and deep blue, you come to magenta. So I have to make a point here. So the point is, maybe you know, or probably you know, that when you are mixing colors, there is two ways of mixing colors. One way to mix the color is to mix the colors with painting. That means it's a pigment colors. So you can mix colors with painting. And there is a second way of mixing colors. It's mixing colors with light. Let's say you are working on stage and you are a light engineers, you have to mix colors on the stage. Or your computer screen is using colors which is light color, not pigment colors. And the way we mix light colors is different the way we are mixing pigment colors. So pigment colors, maybe you know, you can do all the colors you want if you have only 3 colors. This is called primary colors. And by mixing those 3 primary colors, you can create every colors you want, absolutely every color. So those 3 colors are magenta, yellow, and blue cyan. So this is very important. Many persons believe that the 3 primary colors of painting is red, yellow, and blue. That is a very old system, and we know since the more than 170 years that actually red is not the primary colors. Red is a secondary colors, and if you use red in place of yellow and cyan, you will not be able to make every color. So the 3 primary colors for painting are magenta, yellow, and cyan. If you mix magenta with yellow with paint, you will get red. If you mix the same amount of colors. If you mix the same amount of yellow and cyan, you will come to the green and all the different green between yellow and cyan. And if you mix magenta and cyan, you will get deep blue or any colors that is behind all those colors. That means you can do every color you want with only magenta, yellow, and cyan. If you put the same amount of magenta with the same amount of yellow, you will get deep blue. But if you put more more magenta than cyan, you will get purple, let's say, or violet. So this is for the primary colors of painting, but we are working here with the colors of light. That means we are mixing light, we are not mixing painting. And if you mix light, you also have three primary colors, but those three primary colors are very different than the primary colors of light, of a paint. So to create all colors with light, you need red, which is at the beginning of the spectrum, green, which is right in the middle of the spectrum, and deep blue, which is almost at the end of the spectrum. So those are the three primary colors of light. And if you use those three primary colors, by mixing them, you can create every color you want. If you mix red plus yellow plus green with light, you will come to make yellow. Very strange, but you can test it. You take a spot of red light, you take a spot of green light, and you put those two lights in the same area, and you will see yellow. If you mix with light green and deep blue, you will come to cyan. And if you mix red with light and deep blue with light, you will come to magenta. So this is what we were speaking about when I say that magenta is the perfect mixture of the beginning of the rainbow red and the end of the rainbow, almost end of the rainbow deep blue. Then you will come to magenta. And with those three colors of light, you can create also every color. If you put more deep blue than red, you will have purple. If you put more than red than deep blue, you will have scarlet. And if you put the same amount of red than deep blue, you will come to magenta. So that was a point that should have been made, because when we are mixing colors, we are speaking about mixing color in this in this seminary. We are speaking about mixing colors with light. Okay, so you remember maybe, but last time we did make a color test. And in this color test, we did choose, we make a group color test. So that means everybody have chose one or two colors to remove, and we came up with a group color test. And I want to come back to it. I don't know if you can see the magenta line, because there is the, if I put like this, maybe you see better. Yeah. We see the magenta is here. We keep 5 magenta, which is balance. If you keep 3, 4, or 5, it's balance. So you remember that magenta is related to the heart. This is the flower in the natural symbolism. This is a course about natural symbolism. So magenta is related to the flower, to love, affection, encounter, tenderness, sweetness, relationship, and it's the soul. So as we kept in the color test, we kept a balanced amount of magenta. That means we can give love and receive love, and our love relationship with the colors is quite balanced. The next color we did discover was scarlet. The same with scarlet, we keep a balanced amount of scarlet. That means 5. We remove only 3 scarlet. Scarlet is related to the ground, the earth, the grounding, the material world. This is the incarnation of the soul. Soul is magenta, do incarnate into the body. So this is related to the feet and the legs. Is the chakra of the feet. It's related to abundance, richness, wealth, but not in the wealth in the money side of wealth. It's more on the material side of wealth, like to have a house, to be comfortable in your body, to be comfortable into the matter, into your house and into the material world. It's also like the earth is a concrete colors. And we get balance into scarlet. That means we have good roots, and we are comfortable to get incarnated into the world. Next color we discover after scarlet was red, and red is related to the fire, to the heat, and it's related to energy, life, chi, vitality, action, and reproductive sexuality, not romantic sexuality. Romantic sexuality or tantric sexuality is more related to magenta. So this is the level of battery in our cells. Do we like on our phone? The level can be up or down if we didn't recharge the phone. And we can see on our color test that the red is down. That means we have preferred to take away the red, and we have only one red. So as it's a color test of group, it's a little bit difficult to interpret it, but we can say when we reject one colors, it's not that we reject the good part of the colors, we reject the bad part of the colors. And we know that every colors have a good side and have a bad side. So usually people who reject red, they are tired. That means the level of energy, the chi, the prana is a little bit tired. And we say, okay, there was too much action, too much work, and we feel tired today. So we have to replete this energy by making sports, or by moving, or by taking more rest. Next colors we look was green, turquoise, and cyan. So green is related to the nature, which is the external world. That means it is the outer world. We have nothing green inside. Everything is green outside of ourselves, like the forest. So green is the ability to relate to the unknown, relate to the nature, relate to the others, relate to the external world. And on the color test, we have a fairly good balance of green. That means we can relate to the unknown, to the others, without big difficulties. And we are looking also for balance, because green is just right in the middle of the spectrum. So green represents nature, but also balance, equilibrium. I did mention it, but this may need to take more time, but I did mention it that green is related to freedom, independence, and liberty. There is a lot of good meaning. Why is it related to freedom, independence, and liberty? One of the reason is that when we are able to go into the forest, that means we are independent from our parents. A child in a primitive tribe that can go into the forest, he can hunt, he can take care of himself, he has been initiated, and so he shows his own independence and freedom. So also, this is why I did mention it, that green is related to freedom. So we are looking for freedom, independence, and liberty. But basically, green is the nature and the ability to relate to the unknown and to the others. Next color was turquoise, which is related to water. It's all the fluidity, purity. Water is it's used for cleaning, and the water is changing our environment. When rain is coming onto the mountain, it will change the mountain, it will create valley, and it's cleaning the soil and changing the environment. So this is related to purity, transformation, evolution, and dissolution hygiene. So we have only keep 2 turquoise on the color test. That means that today we say, okay, there have been a lot of change, a lot of transformation, a lot of evolution, and we don't want to be to have too much change for the moment. And you will see in 1 minute that it's also related to lungs, and with cyan, which is the oxygen, lungs. This is the whole area of lungs and breathing. So we say not too much transformation for the moment. We want to relax. We prefer like security, which is scarlet. Next color we did see is cyan, which is related to air and communication and more to listening than to speaking. And naturally it's related to breathing because we breathe air. And on the color test, we have keep only 2 cyan, which is okay. If we get 1 or 0, that means there is some tension on it, but 2 is okay. It's not so bad, it's okay. So when we reject cyan, what we mean, strangely, I have explained it in the previous seminary, that means we are aiming for communication. We are looking for communication and we don't want to remain silent because silent is more listening and to the silence than speaking. So when we reject silence, say we like to communicate, we want to communicate, and we have things to say. Also, you have to know that this area here, this area here is the throat chakra, the nose, and the ear. We know today what is happening into the world with this virus, and in a way we don't want to get cold because people who get cold, sneezing nose, etc., they will reject cyan and turquoise. So this is the very usual symptoms of people who say, oh, we don't want to get cold because we don't want to cough and to have our nose running. You know what is happening today with the story of the COVID. So that was the 6th color we did look at previously. And now we go to explore the 6 remaining colors. And the way we go to explore the remaining colors is always the same. We have this magical island, and to try to understand what is the meaning and the symbolism of of every colors, in fact, we will try to find where do we find this color into the nature. And this island is a very big island, so it's have everything you want to find this color into the nature. Sorry. So next colors after magenta, scarlet, and red will be orange. Magenta is the soul. The soul gets incarnated into the body scarlet. When the soul incarnated into the body scarlet, it gets alive. This is red. And when you are alive, red, you will come to orange. So now let's have a look for a few seconds at orange and try to find where do we find orange into the nature on this magical island. So I will just go on and speak with you. Naturally, on this island, you will find, if you have some orange tree into this island, you will find orange. But orange will not give us such a good interpretation for orange color. I mean, the fruit orange, it will not be enough to understand the symbolism of color. But just remember one thing: orange is like it's very juicy, and in the orange color there is some kind of juice. People who like orange, they are juicy people. Another place where we will find orange is like in pumpkins. And this will not give us any information on the color symbolism of orange. A little bit. Remember that it's at certain time of the years when the pumpkin is coming, we have this very famous festival where people are putting light into a pumpkin. So I can't remember the name because it's not usual in Europe. It's a very American story to play. I don't remember the name of this festival. I mean, it's very famous. People get
Halloween. Halloween.
Yeah. And the child is go to ask for tricks or treats. So it's also
Trick or treat.
Oh, you say that?
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat. Okay. It have some fun. It have some fun inside it. but this is not on what I do based the color symbolism or on this color. Another place where you find orange it is in some spice, but it's a very special spice. It's not all the spice. It's more the spice that are not hot, like piment are hot. This is more like saffron, like cardamom, like this spice. I don't know how you call it in English. It's a very sweet spice. It's not hot spice. It's more the very savourous spice.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon, thank you very much. Yeah. Another place where you will find orange is at the sunrise and at the sunset. So this can give us some information because naturally it's one of the main part where you will find orange, and you will see that at the sunrise, your body start to move and you get into movement. So remember it because it will come into the symbolism of colors. And at the sunset, it's time to relax, to take a drink and to look at the sunrise. So it's also related to orange, you will understand it. But the main natural phenomena that I use for orange is related to flame, not fire, flame. Fire, the ember, the hot ember is for red, and above the ember who are red, you have the flame. So what is the qualities of flame? Qualities that don't have the embers. Embers give heat. So we know red is about heat, heat in our body, heat outside of us. But flame have a special quality that that red don't have. Naturally, it produce heat also, but that's not the main quality of flame. So what does the flame do in particular?
Moving.
Yes, yes, exactly. That is the main. Wait a second. I tried to get on my second computer because I have two computers. Here I am here. Okay. Yes, flame are moving and the coal are giving heat, but flame are moving. So orange will be related to movement, kinetic. So let's have a look at flame. And when do we use flame in our daily life? Flame are always moving, and we are using flame when it's the time for celebration. In any celebration, we use the flame as a candle, and usually when we make a big fire, we are going to dance around the fire. So we have movement, dancing is movement, and flame are dancing. So, and flame are a good excuse for making a big celebration. So it's a very rock and roll colors, enjoyment. This is a very big festival in America, the Burning Man Festival. It's a very, very nice place to get crazy. I never been there, but I think it's very, very fun. So, and also when you are around the fire, you may play some music. So there is a sense of rhythm. Dancing, rhythm, be good with your body, feeling good with your body, movement, enjoyment, celebration. I call it sex, drugs, and rock and roll colors. Music is related to these colors. People who like orange, they will like different things. They like to eat good, they like to drink good things, they like to have sex, they like to dance, they like to enjoy life. Why? Because actually orange is related to our sensation. It's related to our stimulus of sensation. So we see celebration, festival, enjoyment, dance, sensuality. Ah, yeah, here we come. Good remember. So, wait a second, I have to go on another computer here. Okay. We have, say, movement, enjoyment, celebration, sensation. It's also related to our emotion, or we feel good or we feel bad. So people who like orange, they need to feel stimulated. It is the vibration. Orange is vibration. If you take red, red is energy. And if you put fire or energy into something, it will, let's say you heat up water, the water will start to move. So it's a vibration. So when we enjoy orange very much, that means I like to get stimulated. I like to get my nervous system stimulated by enjoyment, dancing, movement, listening to music, sensuality, being touched or touching, or moving my body. Now, let's have a look. Okay, sorry, I go back before we look at the color test. Why orange is coming after red? So we have, say, magenta, the soul, get incarnated into the body, scarlet. When the soul is into the body, scarlet, we get alive, red. And when we are alive, red, we feel sensation and our body start to be in movement. Sensation, movement is orange. So where are we with the orange on the color test? Actually, we have taken away quite a lot of orange. So we have only one orange. Does it mean we don't like to enjoy ourselves? Not at all. Actually, when we reject one color, that means we are rejecting the negative part of these colors. So what is the negative part of orange? Stimulation and sensation are okay, they are very nice. But if we have an over stimulation, if we are too much stimulated, how do you call that? An excess of stimulation. What is the name of this excess of stimulation? It's a very common, it makes a sickness. Almost half of the population and more, 80% of the population is suffering from this sickness. Yeah.
Stress.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, it's stress. An excess of stimulation means stress. So when we reject orange, it doesn't say we don't want to enjoy our life. It says we have enjoyed enough. We don't need for the moment to go to the party every day, but it means we have been under stress. And this is, I'm sorry to remember it to you, but for many people, this is a stressful situation into the world. People feel depressed and stressed. If you have even more than stress, then you will come to depression. An excess of stress, you put the balance, this is balance, this is stimulation. You put a little bit more stimulation, it's fun. But you put an excess of stimulation is stress, and then boom, it go to the other side, it will lead to depression. So we say we don't want to feel depressed, we have get too much stress, we don't want stress anymore. Second chakra, naturally. So next colors after orange will be ultramarine or whatever you call these colors. We have get green before, that is the nature. After freedom, liberty. When you free yourself, you get more pure. Turquoise was purity. When you get more pure, you become more receptive. Cyan is receptivity, the air, inhaling fresh air. And when you get more receptive, you get into deep blue. Not deep blue, sorry, ultramarine blue. So this took me years, more than actually 15 years, before I find a natural phenomena that is okay to use as a symbolism to remember the meaning of deep blue, not deep blue, of ultramarine blue. Deep blue is more dark. We will see it after. And I could not find anyone. It took me years and years and years. So where do we find deep blue on our magical island? Not deep blue, ultramarine blue on our magical island. We get turquoise for the shore, the water on the shore. We get cyan for the hair, but deep blue, we don't have it, not here. Sorry, ultramarine blue, we don't have it. Okay, I go to give you a hint. Cyan is the air, and what is above the air? If you want to go above the cloud, what should you do? You can take a plane, but let's say you don't have a plane. There is a way to see the cloud down by going on top of a mountain. And strangely enough, if you look at the mountain from far away, you will see that those mountains take an ultramarine blue sort of, I mean, the name of color doesn't have any importance because different parts of the world have different meaning for one color. So just think about this color and don't think about the name of the color. If you look at the mountain from far away, they are looking bluish. Okay, and that's the only natural phenomena that can be helpful to remember the meaning of deep blue. On one side, we get orange, movement, stimulation. On the other side, we have ultramarine. So what is the opposite of movement? What is the opposite of stress?
Silence.
We get, but it's very close related. Silence is cyan. Cyan is, we have it for cyan, but naturally two colors close to each other, they are sharing some meaning, but you are on a good way. What people are going to do in the mountain? If you go,
maybe it's peace,
yes,
peacefulness.
yes, sure. If you go in India, people are going into the mountain, or even in Europe, into monastery. They build up monastery into the mountain, and this allow them to feel relaxed, is opposite of stress, and to get into serenity, peace, serenity, tranquility, and to develop attention and awareness. So I do related this color to the parasympathetical system. Sympathetical system is orange, that means movement, and parasympathetical system is ultramarine, that means quietness, peace, awareness, moderation, intuition, and this is all related to, let's say, the third eyes with deep blue. Those two colors are the third eyes, and this means intuition, feeling by intuition. So what was, and naturally it's around this part of our body. When we get stressed, what we do like this. This is a temple. So where are we with the ultramarine blue, not deep blue, on our color test? We have 4. That means we are quite balanced. Nothing to say, no problem. Third eyes is okay. Third eyes is ultramarine and deep blue. So what we have here, magenta the soul, get green, sorry, magenta the inner, green the outer, scarlet incarnation, the material world, security and stability, turquoise transformation, purity, transformation, evolution, the fluidity, the world of water, red, the world of fire, activity, work, life, chi, energy, Cyan is the breathing, the air receptivity. Actually, this cyan red is an axis of colors. Orange, movement, stimulation, sensation. Ultramarine, quietness, relaxation, intuition, ponderation. And now let's come to the next color. Let's come to the next colors, yellow. So what is yellow on our magical island? Where you will find yellow? And this is very, very easy to find.
The sun.
Yeah.
Sun.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can find it in different things, like you will find it on gold, but this will not give us such a good interpretation of natural color symbolism. Although people who like very much yellow, they are interested about money and superficial things. You will see it's interesting also, but it's not the main. Some flower have naturally yellow. Also, this is important later on to know which part of our body and which sort of biological process is related to yellow. We have the lemon who are yellow. So remember, lemon is acid, and this will give us a hint about what are the biological process related to yellow. But basically, yellow, you will find it in light. The sun is yellow. So when we love very much yellow, we just say we need to have some light. We need to have some sun. We need to have some clarity. We need to have some brightness. And when, yeah. So let's have a look at some of the yellow color and the light. So people who like yellow, they like to be in place where it is bright, where there is not too much darkness. They need to have a window, a large window with light. They don't like to live in place where there is not big window. But take care, because every colors have a positive aspect and have a negative aspect also. If you have too much light, you are blinded. So we will see later on why we may reject yellow. There may be some reason why we do reject yellow. So this is the natural phenomena related to yellow colors, is the light and the sun. So naturally, when we get awake in the morning, we open our eyes because the sun is coming and we become conscious. Before, when we were sleeping, we were unconscious. So this is one of the main things which is related to yellow, is consciousness, pure consciousness. But no, when I mean consciousness, I don't mean transcendental consciousness. It's the natural consciousness, ordinary consciousness. When you are awake, you are conscious. Here I am conscious about my body. I am conscious about the sound, and I am conscious about the sensation, and I am conscious about what I see around myself. So yellow is related to consciousness, because light is also related to consciousness. We speak about be and light. It means we understand things. So, sorry. So orange is able to create yellow. Well, there is many different reasons for it. First is red, the amber. Above the, sorry, ooh, I don't know where I am here. It's have jump a little bit too much. Let's go back to yellow. Here we are. Okay, red is the amber with a fire. Above the amber is the flame orange, and the flame is producing light. So we have red producing orange, producing yellow. Also, when we are alive, red, we have sensation and feeling orange, and sensation and feeling give us consciousness. at the moment right now, you are not aware, you are not conscious of your feet. Maybe you are, but if somebody touch your feet, suddenly you are aware of your feet. So sensation give us awareness. Where we have sensation, we have awareness coming. Our attention is going where we have sensation. So yellow is related to awakening of the mind, awareness, clarity, and also it's related to the intellectual mind. So there is different stratification of yellow. When we have a good idea, usually people can draw cartoon of a lamp making pilp in front of the above the head. So difficult to go to explain it to you, but we know that our belly and our brain is very much related. We say that inside our belly, there is so many nervous connection that is almost like a brain. It's called the second brain. And when you eat too much, you need a lot of energy into your visceral nervous system, and then you cannot think so much anymore. Or if you have too much worry, if you think too much, you may have some problem with digestion or peptic ulcer. So thinking, analytical mental is also related to yellow. And this is the ability of the brain to think, not to make synthesis. It's a very fragmented mind. It's thinking. It's not seeing things in a wall. It's only analyzing. Very intellectual color. So it's like, oh, what is this? You need information. Also, another part of yellow is a little bit, that's maybe a negative part of yellow. It's related to gold and to wealth. Wealth is not negative. It's very nice to have some wealth. But wealth can be, if it's too much, it can be superficial. And that's the problem with light. Light is a fantastic tool because we can see because of light, but it's like the mantle. It makes you believe that it shows you everything. But in fact, light doesn't show you everything. It only shows you things in superficie. You can see me now, and you can see my face, and then you think, oh, I can see Pierre because of the light. But actually, you don't see nothing in deep inside myself. When you look at the wall there, you think you see the wall, but actually you just see the very superficial part of the wall. So light, when you don't understand it completely, it may lead you, sorry, yellow, when you don't understand it completely, it may lead you in a too much superficial concept. Like, oh, this is me, it's very superficial. A good part of yellow is also related to identity. Say, that means, who am I? And to get a good identity, you need to learn who you are. And sometimes you need to feel self-confidence about yourself. Maybe when you was a kid, you win a race or you win some examination and you get the first one. And this helps you to develop your own self-confidence. So yellow is also related to self-confidence. It is the lion within ourselves. If we think about the sun is at the center of what? And usually people answer the center of the universe. Actually, it's not. It's only the center of our little planetary system. And there is billions and billions of sun everywhere in the universe where there is planets around. And it's the same thing with the ego. We think we are the center of the universe. The mind, the ego, is thinking is the center of the universe. Myself, I have an ego, and this ego thing is the center of the universe, because when I turn, all the universe is turning around me. So that's the problem with the ego. It thinks is the center of everything. But the good part of yellow is when you have a balance of yellow, you feel self-confident. And it's also related to our identity. Identity is not the true self. This is very important. The true self is something much deeper within that it's related to another colors. This is our superficial self. It's a constructed self. Pierre, me, I am Belgium and I am a color therapist. This is a very superficial identity. It's not our deep self. The deep self may be more related to, let's see when we come to this color later. Okay, naturally, when you wear yellow colors, everybody will see you because it's a color that everybody see. And another quality of yellow is it is acid. It's have an acid taste. So what is you find this in some volcano, close to volcano. What is the process in our body that use acidity? Digestive system. So yellow is related to the third chakra, and which is the stomach, which is working on acidity. Okay, so magenta, the soul, get incarnated into the body. Sorry, color testing, sorry. Okay, woo! We have so much yellow. What does it mean? So it means we are looking for light. We love light, we enjoy light, we need light, and we need to understand things with our mind. We need to analyze the different component of the things that we are encountering, and we need to be under the light. Naturally, we are light workers, so it will be very strange if we don't have yellow, because this is one of the main things that we are working with. But you will see later it's balanced with the deep blue. So don't believe that we like superficial things. It's not true. We also like very much to go deep inside, and that will be for the deep blue colors that we will see later on. Well. So next color will be the complementary colors of yellow, deep blue. So take a moment for contemplate this color. And try to find where do we find this color in the magical island or in your environment. And actually there is two places where you will find it a lot.
Stones.
Sorry?
Stones.
Yeah, there is some stone that are deep blue, but it's not the main, it's not the place where you find it in big quantity, because to create a color symbolism, you need to find it, to be confronted to it a lot. Like green, you see it everywhere. Yellow, you see it everywhere. Sky blue, you see it everywhere.
In the night?
Yeah, sure. Naturally. And there is two things. And one of the main thing you will see it is actually when the sun is going down and then the night is coming. And in the night, you will see actually the cosmos. Night. We are going more up and up and up and up. Every color is, the next colors, we get water, then we get air, then we get the mountain above the cloud, then above the mountain, you will see the universe. And here you find one very nice complementarity. We have yellow, which is the day, and and the sun, and deep blue, which is actually the night and the other sun, because all those stars, they are sun. Actually, they are suns. So on one side, we have awakeness, yellow, and on the other side, we have the night. I don't want to tell it to you right now. Wait a second. Okay. Another place where you will find deep blue. Sorry, when it's night, what you're going to do, you go to sleep. So this is related, this color is related to deep sleep. When you are awake, it's yellow. When you are asleep, deep sleep, it's deep blue. And the second part where you will find deep blue, it's actually when you go a little bit more far away into the ocean, you will start to see the turquoise will change to deep blue. And this is one of the main meaning of deep blue. It's depthness. It's a very, very deep colors. We speak about the depthness. I don't know if in English it's a word, but I think it's a word, or you may understand it anyway. The deep, we speak about deep sleep. We speak about the depthness of the ocean. We speak about the depthness of the universe. Is very deep. So when at night we see this wonderful Milky Way. So people who like deep blue, they like to go deep inside the things. They don't want to see it in superficial way. They want to go deep. And if you go very deep into the ocean, after a while, it's very strange because you will see some shimmering light started to be there. And this is actually some planktons who are producing their own light. And strange enough, or some fish that are producing their own light. And strangely enough, those fish who are producing those lights is very almost similar that the stars that you are looking into the universe. So deep below is the same than deep above. Okay. So now let's try to put this all together. What does it mean, deep blue? Actually, deep blue is related to we speak about deep meditation, is the state of meditation. So when you go into deep blue, and people who like deep blue, they like to feel one with the universe. And to be in a state of meditation is when you think you are a drop of water, like an ego, but suddenly this drop of water is coming into the ocean, and then you realize that you are the whole ocean. So it's an oceanic feeling. Meditation is feeling one with the universe, feeling one with everything, and feeling not separated anymore from the world. So people who like deep blue, they like to go deep inside the subject they are learning. They like to go deep inside psychology, and they like to go deep inside meditation. It's a very harmonious colors. So it's related to harmony. Harmony, synergy, cohesion, uniformity, oneness. People who like deep blue, they look for oneness. You remember this very beautiful movie where the forest itself was not separated being. All the people living into the forest, they was living as one beings. So we can relate the deep blue also to something else, which is basically our unconscious. Yellow is consciousness, deep blue is unconscious. It's not unconsciousness, it's the unconscious, which is much bigger naturally than the consciousness. Consciousness is what is in the light. This is yellow. This is our thinking process. And the unconscious, sorry, where is that? Yeah, the unconscious, that's the whole part of ourselves that we cannot see, but that is there anyway. Okay, another thing, what is about deep blue is what's happening when you are looking at night at the stars. When you look at the stars, after a certain time, you will have a very strange experience. And this experience is that you sort of see among the stars that some star looks like they are related to each other. Here we have the Pleiades constellation, and actually the brain is creating constellations of stars. Naturally, those stars have no relationship in the universe. Actually, some star that looks close to another one may be more close to a very small one here than to the other one there. It's a question of brightness. So if you go into different culture, they have different constellation, but it doesn't matter. It's what the ability of the brain to create groups, uniformity, groups, uniformity, family. People who like deep blue, they pretty much like to feel one with them family, one with them society, one with the humanity. They are very human, or one with the universe. So they are very much humanitarian persons. And they are looking to have this feeling of humanity because of family, because we are people who live with families. That's our big family of the earth. What else with deep blue? Let's see what we have on the color test. We have our identity yellow. This is our first name, but deep blue is the family name. Yellow is intellectual mind. Deep blue is the synthetical mind. Yellow is looking with analysis. This is brain analysis, but deep blue is the brain synthesis. And it's related also with this part of the body, which is the forehead. So what is our choice of deep blue on the color test we did last week? Oh my God, it's so high. We have keep 7 deep blue. What does it mean? That means we are looking for oneness. We are looking for harmony. We are looking for synergy. We want to go to look deep into the subject that we are interested about, like psychology or things like that. We are interested maybe about meditation, and we want the mind to be not too much there, always buzzing. Bzz, 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 bzz. We also like to feel one and to get into meditation. Meditation is the sort of thing that we love very much. And we want to feel one with our friend humanity, or even with the living beings, or with the universe. Next color, apple green. So what happens when the light yellow is coming? After the yellow, the light is coming, then will come apple green. I mean, I call it apple green, doesn't matter. You just see this color is this sort of lime green. So where will you find lime green on your magical island? Actually, you see there, you can see it. Here, you will find it here. Not in the forest. Forest was deep green. It's not in the forest.
Meadows.
Yeah, meadows. So you will find it in some apple, but it doesn't help us for the symbolism of colors. You will find it in some acidic pond of water coming out of volcano. It's very acid, but it doesn't help us. But usually you will see it into the field and into the meadow. And this is very much different than the deep green that we find into the jungle. So it's related. Green and lime green and forest green is related, but it's a little bit different because you don't experience yourself, your environment and yourself the same way when you are in a meadow, then you experience yourself when you are into the deep jungle. So let's have a look at the meadow. Usually it's young sprouts, young leaves. And have a look at the meadow. When you are into the meadow, you can see all around yourself. So you will see that lime green, of this green, is very related to seeing. Yellow, the sun, the light, produce seeing, vision. So yellow is a very good color for vision, and it gives us one hint about how do we relate it to vision. We speak about visual field. That's the field. It's a field around ourselves. And when we get stressed, the field retracts, or when we relax, the field open. So what are the quality of those grasses, or the quality of the young leaves? They have special qualities. Let's have a look at them. Okay, here is one I like very much. So what are the quality of young sprouts?
New life.
It's a new life, but we have life, the terms life, be alive is red, and new is turquoise. But so
Fresh.
freshness is okay, yeah.
Fast growth. They grow very fast.
They grow very fast. Actually, they have one. They have one. If you look at those, they are very flexible. You know, they have a lot of flexibility. I don't know how to say this in English. But let's say if I can find it, malleability and elasticity, because they will discover the world. Also, it's the colors of the spring. And what happened in the spring? The buds are opening. And so lime green can be related to open yourself. When light is coming, yellow, you open your eyes to see. So it's about opening. And the eyes need to be very flexible in order to see, because you have the cornea and then the lens front need to be very flexible so you can make the focusing of the light on your retina. So lime green is about to be open, to let go, to be flexible. Another things related to the lime green is that in spring, usually there is pollens coming. So some people who reject the lime green, they are subjected to some allergy. I have seen a lot of allergy, people rejecting lime green. But the main relationship for me with lime green is curiosity and vision. Actually, it's the color that we can see the better in the spectrum. If we take all the color in the spectrum, the eyes have a hypersensitivity to lime green colors. So it's the colors that is the more easily seen by human beings. It's not red, it's a greenish yellow. So it's about curiosity, discovering, learning. You see that this is the light sensitivity of the eyes, and you can see we can see the difference between lime green colors, greenish color, much better than into the red and into the deep blue. So it's very related to vision, outside vision, not inner vision. Inner vision will be the next color. And it's such a good, it's a color that you can spot so easily that in the States now and in different countries, they remove the red from the urgent car, and they put, we still have red in Europe, but now they started to put yellow-green because you can spot it very easily. So it's about vision and the visual field, the ability to see, to be open into the visual field. We have also said that it's about flexibility and malleability. So all joints, this is our flexibility. Open the eyes, open the ear, open the mouth, tendon. And it's the ability to have some plasticity. So what is the main function of the body that have plasticity? You use this word, plasticity of what? Except tendons and ligament. We speak about plasticity of the brain. It's neural plasticity. Cerebral plasticity. Okay? So what is cerebral plasticity? Plasticity is your ability of learning, actually. Because brain cell, nervous cells have dendritic and different part that is able to connect to the others. And you need some plasticity. They need some plasticity to create new connection and to create, to learn different things. So lime green is about the ability of learning. Learning to walk, learning to read, learning to talk, any things that you are learning and you get initiation is discovering the world is related to lime green. And it's a very important abilities of human being. If you cannot learn, you cannot relate it to the outside world and you are not free and independent. So lime green is also about ability of learning, of discovering, of being open to the outside world. We have speak about flexibility because young sprouts are opening and they are very flexible. And the part of the body which is related to lime green, we don't have one chakra for it. It's between the third and the fourth chakra, which is the diaphragm, which is a very flexible muscles. And also to the gallbladder, which is close to the diaphragm, just below the diaphragm. Green is the liver and lime green will be gallbladder. So green is like, lime green is like a door. Door can be open and it will, lime green will lead you to the external world, which is the green colors, the jungle. So it's also a colors of let go, because when you open, you let go. So you need to be open to let go. And it's a passage from one world to another. Why is it? Because when we were into the red, orange, and yellow, we were in hot colors. And from yellow, we come to lime green. And this is a big passage because we come to the neutral colors and then the cold colors. So it's the first time that we are changing temperatures. So we say the fire red produce flame orange, flame produce light yellow, and light make ourselves open our eyes in the morning. Or when there is the light, in the season, when the sun comes back after the winter, spring is coming and the flowers are opening and the young buds are opening. Okay. So what is our relationship with lime green on the color test? We have kept 2 lime green, which is not too much. We prefer the complementary color, which is violet. And that means we have seen a lot of things and maybe no, there is some stuff we don't want to see anymore. It's too much. We may have been hurt by what we have seen and we see, okay, we have seen this so much, we don't want to see it anymore. But to me, this is a false signal, because if you look, we have a lot of yellow and we have a lot of green, and you know, if you mix yellow and green, it will make lime green. So although we have only 2 lime green, altogether we are not so bad into, it will be very easy for our energetical system to create by himself lime green. So I don't consider that we are very low into lime green. But usually when people reject lime green, they say, okay, we we feel so much open. We are very, very open. And we are so much open that we feel everything. Everything is coming into ourselves. And we want to feel a little bit protect, because we are like sponge, which are absorbing everything. And that may feel a little bit uncomfortable sometimes. So we say, okay, we have been very open to everything, but now we need to protect a minimum in order to not let toxin or bad things coming in into ourselves. Complementary colors of lime green will be purple, violet. In America, you call it purple. We call it violet in Europe. So one very important thing also about colors is when I speak about one color, I don't speak actually about one color. I speak about any colors around this color, because in nature, it's never happened that one natural phenomena is pure of this pure color. If you look at the forest, there is a lot of different green into the forest. So when we speak about purple or violet, it's all the color around this area. So have a look at purple violet for a moment. And try to find where you will find it on your magical island. And I'm telling you, if you find it, you are incredible. Because it's very difficult to find.
Well, maybe a flower.
Yes, but it's true. There is a lot of flower we will see. There is few flower with purple, who are purple, but we have the symbol of the flower, we related it to magenta. If you give some drawing colors to a kid, he will, to draw a flower, he will usually draw it magenta, pink, or yellow for some flower in yellow, but they will almost never draw a flower violet. So you cannot say that flower is related to violet. It is, there is some flower violet, but it's not the main part where you will find violet.
Yeah, but sometimes at the sunset.
Yes, yes.
Violet.
But you say sometimes. If you,
Yes, not always.
yeah, if you want to draw a sunset, you will use orange color. Usually, you will. So it's not a particularity of the sunset. We need to find something which is very particular to it. Only that, almost only this one will have a violet.
Amethyst.
Yes, sure. Okay, but it will not be our main symbol, but sure you will have some stone that have violet, and it's very fun because those amethyst stone are used by priests, and not priests, cardinals or pope. They have an amethyst on a ring, and you have to kiss the amethyst to show that you are recognizing them guidance and them authorities. But we will not use amethyst as the main. Yes, it is actually. It's fun. Okay, let's take amethyst. It's not the one, but let's take it. If you walk into your forest somewhere onto your island, and if you come to find some amethyst, you just pass close to it. Will you see the amethyst? No.
Yeah.
Why you cannot see an amethyst in the nature? You have to do something special to find it.
You have to dig.
Yes, you have to dig, and you actually the amethyst
To cut it out.
You have to open the stone because it's inside one stone.
Yeah.
It's not outside the stone. And you will see that it's the same with the crown chakra. The violet is related to the crown chakra, and it's the same. It's like a helmet, and you have to go inside to find it.
Yeah.
So it's hidden. It's secret. It's somehow it's hidden. It's not like you can find it easy. So some stones are violet, some fruits are violet, and some flowers are violet, but it doesn't help us for the symbolism. So let's try to see where we find it. We have find water, then we have climb a little bit, and then after turquoise, we have see the cloud and the hair. Then we have climbed a little bit, we have see the mountain. Then we have climbed a little bit, then we have see the deep blue, the universe. We have to climb even further than the universe to find violet. Violet is a secret. You cannot find it easily. What is, if you see the stars, this is blue. But if you go further into the stars, what you will find? Very far away into the universe.
God.
Aha, it's funny. Naturally, it will be related to the Father and then to the image of God. Naturally, we relate it to the image of God, but I don't put God into magenta for a simple reason that the God that human created, yes, they can be violet. But let's say if we don't know if God exists or not exists, because some people they believe, some people they don't believe. But let's say we believe in God. Then if you believe in God, God is everywhere. So it cannot be one color, because one color is a separation. Actually, you have the spectrum who diffract the ray into the different colors. So in a way, colors is a separation. And God is everywhere. So it cannot be one color. It can be the translucent space that let all colors express themselves.
Maybe it's the transcendence.
Yeah, it is. It is transcendence. We have a genius here. We have a perfect genius. Violet is the transcendence. Naturally, it's the transcendence. It is above.
Yeah.
So if we go deep into the universe, we will find something which is very special. They are called nebula. Nebula. So I will show you some nebula. And this is called the nebula of the eyes of God.
Ah, okay.
It's called the nebula of the eyes of God. So to see this, you cannot see with your eyes. Lime green is the visible world. Lime green is the vision. But this is the inner vision. To see these colors, you need, sorry, to see this nebula, you need a telescope, very powerful telescope, or inner vision. But this is another thing. This is the Carina Nebula. This is the Crab Nebula. And it's very interesting. All those nebula are coming to existence. There is two sorts of nebula. These nebula, wait, I show you more. So wait a second. Some galaxy. This is the Horsehead Nebula. This have no name. It's a nebula who have no names. This is a galaxy, and this is another galaxy. So, how come nebula to be there? At the beginning of the universe, that means a little bit after the Big Bang, maybe 300,000 years after Big Bang, there was only those gases. You see those gas here? This is called hydrogen gas. It's only pure hydrogen, and it's floating into the universe. And they are the place where stars will be created. When those hydrogen gas will meet each other by attraction, they will make big sphere, and the big sphere will compress. And when it's really compressed, it will start to light up and become sun and shine. So there are star nurseries. So this is the primary nebula. But there is other nebula like this one. This is called the Crab Nebula. And when a star is very big, after a certain time, when they die, they will explode into supernova. It's called supernova. And before it was only hydrogen. Star is a big ball of hydrogen. But when they explode, they die. and they create all the different elements that you find into the universe. They will create gold, they will create copper, they will create calcium, they will create leads, all what you have in your body, except hydrogen and oxygen, even oxygen sometimes, they are created into dying stars. So we are come to the end of the spectrum. So it's also a way of speaking about death. Violet is much related to death. We will come back to it later. And the third sort of nebula, yeah, that's enough. We will not go further. Okay, so this is the natural phenomena that I have kept as my reminder of the meaning of violet is the nebula. So we still don't have the symbolism of violet. We know it's very far above. We know it's not difficult. It's not easy to find it. It's a little bit hidden. It's hidden to the normal external scene. So this is a picture taken by the Hubble Space Telescope, and these are not stars. These are galaxies, like this. This is one galaxy, and all these little points are galaxies. So if you go very, 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 very far into the universe, you will come to see only billions of galaxies. Today, people estimate that there is more than 20 trillion galaxies into the visible universe. 23 trillion galaxies into the visible universe. But if you go farther and far and far, here is the center of the universe. Here is our planet, Jupiter, Saturn. Then we come to our galaxy, the Milky Way, and all those galaxies, they will arrange themselves inside what we call, into what we call cosmical filament. So what you see here is actually millions and millions of galaxies, and they are forming filaments. So this is the filament at a very large scale, the filaments of galaxies, zillions of galaxies together, and they are forming the very shape of space.
Pierre, we have to look at the time, please.
Yeah, I know. I have finished. I am almost finished. I have no more than 5 minutes more. So if we look at this filament of galaxy, it looks very much like a brain cell. At the right side of the screen, you see the universe at big scale, and on the left side of the screen, you have brain cells. So this is why I related deep violet to memory, to what is inside the brain. Another relationship with symbolism of violet is when you have a star, you can guide yourself on stars. So it's related to guidance and orientation. And naturally, it's related to religiosity, spirituality. Some priests and higher cardinal, they put violet on them clothes. And it's, in a way, it's related to the ultimate frontier. That means it's related to death. You see this, I don't know in America, but in Europe, in the funerarium, you see this color. So it's related to death. We have made the whole round. So now we are come to the end. It's also related, but you will see it's not end because it's a circle. So we go after violet, we go to magenta again. It's related to spirituality, it's the spirit. And to naturally transcendence, that means going beyond what you can see. So this is the inner vision, naturally. Sorry, I have to watch my computer here where we are. Okay, I will come back to one. Yeah, that's okay. So what is violet? Violet is related to spirit, spirituality, wiseness, guidance, orientation, teaching. Lime green is learning. Violet is teaching. You have it's mastering, and it's about also about death, the death of the stars, and the ultimate frontier into the universe. And this is related to the crown chakra. So what do we have here into our color test? We have a lot of violet. And actually, if we mix all the color, we keep on the color test, we come to violet also. So this is our, violet is our harmonic resonant colors. So it means we are very interested about the, not the unknown, but to see beyond things. When we go into the unconscious deep blue, into meditation deep blue, then we come into transcendence. This means samadhi. This is contemplation, seeing what is unseen by the eyes. Lime greens is what you see with your eyes. Purple violet is what you cannot see with your eyes, is the inner vision, transcendence, spirituality. So we are very much interested about spirituality, transcendence, to see beyond things and to find the secret of the universe. Wait a second, yeah. So just make a very quick circle, going around the circle. Magenta was love, energy, relationship, tenderness, flower. Then the soul get incarnated into the body. Scarlet is the heart, the body, the grounding. When you get incarnated into the body, you get alive, red. When you are alive, red, you have sensation, you get into movement and you feel sensation, orange. When you feel sensation and when you get into contact with your sensation, you are self-confident, yellow, which is light and the consciousness. When you are conscious and you feel self-confident, yellow, you can let go. This is lime green. When you let go lime green, you can go into the jungle by yourself because you get initiated. So you get free, you get freedom and independency, green, or you encounter the unknown, green. When you encounter the unknown, green, or when you free yourself, green, you purify yourself, turquoise. Being purified yourself, turquoise, you become more receptive, cyan. When you get more receptive, hair, science, you get the mountain, you get more intuitive and quiet and peaceful. When you get more quiet and peaceful, ultramarine, you get into deep blue, which is harmony, unity, oneness, and meditation. When you get into meditation, deep blue, oneness, and harmony, you come into deep samadhi and you understand the unknown. And when you get in contact with your deeper self, the unknown and the spirit, you come back to your heart, magenta, and you get ecstatic. And that's it for today. Back to magenta. So I will cut my sharing screen. That's it. Voila!
Wow, what a journey.
I make 6 minutes too much.
What a journey. Thank you so much. So inspiring.
Not 6 minutes too much, just right.
Just right, yes.
1:31.
Thank you. So inspiring and so beautiful and so much to learn and explore. So I wrote to you all the website of Pierre. He runs a school and is a teacher for color psychology and color therapy since many years. And his website, I wrote it into the chat, colorinstitute.com. I also had the idea, maybe Pierre, you could do online a color test with people. Very inspiring. I can highly recommend.
Yep. You can contact me. You can contact me or contact Gabrielle and we can make color testing, private color testing, sure.
Yes, very, very interesting. So thanks a lot. And yes, now I want to invite you all to go on with our community of the Color Lights World Project. And please come again in 2 weeks on February 9th at 6 o'clock CET. We are going to have the next presenter, Constance Hart, who is present, and she's going to present full spectrum orbit healing. Constance, can you show yourself? Maybe when you say something.
Oh, I'm here. Yeah, hi.
Yeah, okay, that's Constance. So we will be very happy to have you back in 2 weeks. You will receive the recording. All those who were subscribed today, actually almost half of participants, will also receive the replay. And please stay tuned, because the Color Lights World Project community is planning a surprise for March 20th, the spring equinox. So please stay tuned. And thanks a lot. Thanks again, Pierre. It was fantastic.
Good. I enjoyed it very much.
Yes. See you again. Thank you. Bye.
Pierre.
May the light be with you.
Bye.
Cheers, Pierre. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks a lot. It was so interesting.
Yeah. Good.
Bye.